What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Comically Boston. Today is episode 107, and we will be talking about Loki episode 4, theories, predictions. Coming off of that episode 3, there's still a lot to talk about, some things I didn't mention in Friday's breakdown video, so we're going to be talking about it today. Also, I have a little theory about Shang-Chi. And we're going to be talking about Spider-Man 2, the video game, because I have played quite a bit of it, and I'm ready to be talking spoiler-ish. You know, I'm not going to ruin the game because I haven't finished the game, but I will be talking about some spoilery things. So if you don't want to hear about that, go play the game. But if you do want to hear about it, stick around for the later in the video. But let's get right into it. Loki episode 3. 1893 was a good episode. I really enjoyed it. The pacing of this series has been pretty good. It's been fun. You know, I love just Mobius and Tom Hiddleston, Owen Wilson, Tom Hiddleston, Mobius and Loki. You know, just how if they do 5 seasons of this and they just are going back into different sections of time, finding a Kang variant and dressing up in different time-era outfits, I'm here for it, because these gentlemen, they look good in these suits, these hats. Owen Wilson with that mustache really just fits in every time period, I think. But him and Loki together are just such little cherubs. I would be so devastated if they get actually split up and they're not able to be lovers every episode, because that's what they totally are. You know, just look at Tom Hiddleston at this fair. Like, he's a handsome man. He just dresses up nice. He's Loki. He's got that little gold pin on his tie, so he's got the green and the gold because that's Loki's colors, obviously. You know, and then we still got Sylvie, right? So these are some images that I think will be happening next episode. Sylvie, they look like they're in the TVA. Sylvie's talking to Loki here. What are they talking about? Who knows? It looks like they are in the pie room. So maybe Loki's going, would you like some pie? And they're going to get some more pie. Don't eat that green pie. That green pie looks bad. I mean, key lime pie is not bad, but that green pie at the TVA looks just a little too green, a little too artificial for me. But it looks like Loki and Sylvie here in this gray shirt with the cut-off sleeves, it looks like she's going to be in like a record store. She's going to have headphones on, listening to records. So is this going to be the next episode? I don't know, but why are they in a record store? Is Sylvie just kind of off on her own, doing her own thing? She doesn't really want to be involved in the TVA, and that's why she's in the record store? Loki's coming to get her, to bring her into the fold and saying, hey, we need you to come over here and save the day with us. But overall, the biggest questions from this last episode are with missed minutes, but we'll talk about that in just one second. Something I glossed over in the last episode, didn't really talk about, was the magic between Loki and Sylvie, because in the TVA they're not allowed to use magic or it doesn't work, but when they're in timelines they can use their magic. So Loki magics it up this episode. I love just the look of the green with just the little gold like sparks flying out of his hands. You know, but Loki magicked, Sylvie magicked, and then they magicked at each other. And when they magicked at each other, nothing really happened, but, you know, it looks like little fireworks going off and this green mist between them. But it seemed Sylvie was stronger, because she did throw Loki out of the door with He Who Remains, or Victor Timely, whichever one you want to call him now. I might just keep calling him Kang and just refer to him, all the variants, as Kang, but they're different. You know, it's He Who Remains, Victor Timely, Kang, or are they all the same person, just from different branching timelines? Who knows? But I think it all starts with Victor Timely here. But he's back in the TVA, so what's going to be the deal with that? But Sylvie and this magic, man, she's getting very strong. And after seeing Richard Grant's, I think that's his name, Richard Grant's, you know, superior Loki in last season, and they both looked at him and his magic wielding abilities. A Loki's sorcery is no match for weapons, or weapons are no match for Loki's sorcery. And I think we're stronger than we realize. You know, like, I think they're very strong, but it's the magic. It's not really them hand-to-hand fighting. It's the magic that's so strong. So they started to use more and more of it. I would love to see Loki become, like, Sorcerer Supreme or something, you know? Like, something crazy like that. Like, kills Wong and then is Doctor Strange's boss or something. Like, that would be crazy. I just thought about that on the spot. Oh my god. But Miss Minutes here, Miss Minutes is very interesting to me because, you know, she was always just this orange clock that we saw from the first season, but now they're like exploring more and more about her, and she's a sentient AI being that was able to write her own code, and she was with He Who Remains, Kang, the whole time, but she wants her own body, like this whole creepy friggin' thing where she like morphs to a face. Ugh, like, I don't know if in Renslayer at the very end she has a secret that's going to make Renslayer very angry. So let's talk about it. What is the secret that Miss Minutes has? What is it that makes Renslayer angry? My thoughts, my theories going into it, I have one of a couple. One being Ravonna Renslayer was the true love of Kang. Something happened. Kang got mad at her. She tried to do something to Kang. Kang's just a dickhead. Whatever happened, Kang wipes her memory, demotes her, right? They were leading the TVA together, but when we saw her, she was only a judge. So, you know, he put her like in charge, but not in charge because he's at the top. But he put her like back into the TVA with no memories of him or anything that happened. So maybe that's what is the secret that's going to make her angry, that he wiped her memory, or it's along the lines of Miss Minutes going to Victor Timely, why didn't you make me a real body? Maybe he did, and then he didn't tell Miss Minutes, and maybe that is Renslayer. Maybe Renslayer is the real woman version, kind of like Pinocchio. I want to be a real boy. Maybe Miss Minutes' real girl is Renslayer, and so that's how that happened. Maybe Renslayer's mind got downloaded, and that's the memory that is Miss Minutes. I don't know, but I think their connection's strong. But even if it's not them connected, they're still in this connection of a triangle between them two loving He Who Remains or Kang or Victor Timely, and it's all like going back to him. So I think maybe the end of the season is going to be a race to the finish. Who's going to get the rose, you know, Bachelor style? Who's gonna win the love of Victor Timely? Will it be Ravonna? Will it be Miss Minutes? Will he drop them both off the side of a boat and just keep going? You know, I don't know. He seems heartless. You know, he seems to be no partnerships. It's all for him, or it's none for all type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, craziness to me. So will Ravonna or Miss Minutes become Kang's true love? Who knows? You know, I'm saying episode 4, maybe we'll see Victor Timely back with OB, Loki, Mobius, and he'll be working on the Loom and trying to do that stuff. But where else does this episode go? I have no idea. I really thought that the post-credit scene from Quantumania and everything that we got last episode would have happened episode 4 or 5. You know, I was really banking that was going to be episode 4, but it was episode 3. So then what is 4, 5, and 6? I have no idea, but I'm actually excited because I like stories that you can't just predict what's going on. You know, like you're thrown for a loop. You're like, oh my god, I didn't see that coming. You know, like that's a story that you want to happen. You know, you want it. You don't want it just to be, you know, oh my god, I didn't see that happen just for the sake of that happening. You want it to be a good cohesive story, but you want to not be able to go, okay, this guy's gonna kill that guy, this is gonna happen. You know, like you want to be able to be sitting there and go, ooh, oh shit, I didn't see that coming, that's wild. You know, like you want that surprise, but you also want it to be coherent with the show. You don't want it just to be random. You want it to be a good surprise. You know, you don't want it just to be a random surprise. But overall, that's how I really feel about this Spider-Man 2 video game. I'm telling you guys, Spider-Man 2 is, for me, the game of the year. I mean, God of War Ragnarok, I think, came out this year. Maybe last year. But God of War Ragnarok was a tremendous game, too. Tremendous story. But it wasn't as fun to play. Like, just opening up those wingsuits, you know, like, that's got to be one of my favorite parts from this movie, the game. You know, playing as both Miles and Peter, but getting to fly around in these windsuits just makes travel around the cities so fast. You know, there is fast travel, but like you almost don't even want to do it. You almost just like, let me catch one of these slipstreams and fucking fly over there real quick, and you just catch like this warp speed type shit. You just hop in it, and all of a sudden you're flying through the city. The speed, I give them a lot of credit. The speed is insane. But playing as Miles and Peter, you know, and having various missions where you're Peter, various missions where you're Miles, missions where you could play as either, missions where you have to play as one or the other. You know, like, I really like it. And then various, like, crimes across the city. All of a sudden, you're like, oh, there's a crime over there. You go to jump in the crime, and then there's already another spider person already there fighting crime with you. At one point, it's Harry. One point, it's Miles and Peter. One point, it's Peter and Wraith. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of different people in this game. There's good guys, there's bad guys. But overall, you know, I'm 24 out of 31 main missions in, and I have yet to see actual Venom. You know, so like, what is this game? I thought this whole game we were supposed to be Venom. You know, like, we haven't really even seen Kraven. We've seen Kraven a few times, and Kraven is badass, right? Like, I feel bad for Aaron Taylor Johnson. This Kraven right here with the bone necklace, with the hairy ass chest, with the friggin' skull on the shoulder, with the slick back hair. Kraven. I thought the trailer for the Kraven movie with Aaron Taylor Johnson looked good, but look how hairless he is. Look how less big he is. He's got the one tooth on his collar, not fucking 7, you know, or whatever number of teeth. You know, like, I don't know. I think this video game Kraven is so ferocious and so badass and so not what we thought. We thought for sure from the trailers and everything that Kraven was going to be coming to New York to hunt Spider-Man, right? He was going to come hunt Spider-Man, Black Cat, Miles, maybe Wraith, you know, but as far as who he's been hunting the villains, right? So a little bit of spoilers. If you don't want to know what's going on in this game, go play it, then come back. But I'm going to get into a little bit of spoilers, and I don't know how the game ends, so don't comment the ending of the game. Don't spoil the ending for me, but just through what I've played so far, there's some really, really great stuff going on here. You know, the black suit Peter, ooh, it looks so good, but how Peter gets the black suit, like, Peter dies low-key, like, not for long, but he dies, like, and Harry saves his life, and now Harry's dying, so now I don't know if Pete gives the suit back to Harry, Harry becomes Venom, or is Venom Peter? But we do see Venom fighting Peter and Miles, so someone has to get the Venom suit that's not Peter. My guess is it's either Kraven or it's Harry, and Harry turns bad. Or maybe it's Norman Osborn or something like that. But I think the ending of this game is going to be a big twist, but I love that Mysterio was in this game. Miles beats the hell out of Mysterio. Mysterio's little outfit was cool. He has like little talon fingers, but he's not just like a cloud head. He's got like this skull in his helmet, which I kind of dig. Spider-Cat makes an appearance again. You know, Spider-Man. You can... Pretty much all of the suits are great. All the suits from the previous games, from Miles' game, from the Spider-Man 1 game. All of those suits are pretty much in the game. And then there are some new ones that you can get too. I've been repping the black suit for Peter, but then I've been switching it up with Miles. But there are some really cool ones with Miles. But, you know, just how when Peter gets the suit and he's swinging through the rain and it's got lightning going on in the background, and you slowly start to see Pete is, you know, becoming more angry, and he's not as nice as he always was. He's not as thoughtful. He's getting more self-centered. You know, you could see that the symbiote and Venom is taking over him. At one point, he goes to bed, and then Venom wakes up and is fighting crime as Venom, and Pete's asleep. You know, has no memory of it. It's crazy. Like, you're like I was so drawn in yesterday. I played all day yesterday. Like, not continuously. I got up at certain points and went to the bathroom, went to walk the dog, went to go get a snack or water or something. But like, every time I would start a mission or start playing, I would find myself just like, this is so good, the story's so compelling that it's keeping me going and going. I'm like, this is insane. This is an image I haven't gotten to yet, where Pete's in the Venom suit and he's looking in the mirror, and or he's in the, you know, which one's real? Is he in the red suit and he's looking at Venom, or is Venom in the suit and he's seeing Pete, and Pete's trying to tell Venom, hey, you're not me, get out of me. But what I can say is that I'm a Frenchie lover, and I love in this image that there's a Frenchie, in a little portrait of a Frenchie wearing glasses on the wall. I didn't see that before, so hey, shout out to the Frenchies. But the wingsuit, this image is just great with the little sun in the background. Oof. The opening battle against Sandman is ginormous. You know what I mean? You thought that would have been like the ending of the game. Nah, this is how we start. This is how we get back into it. You know, ginormous sand battle. And then, you know, I'm almost at the end of the game, and the sand is almost all the way cleaned up. Like where there was massive piles of sand, they're slightly smaller, but they're still there. But where there was just sand on the ground, all that's cleaned up now. But like at the very start of the game and a couple missions in, you'd see like streets starting to clear or stuff like that. But overall, there was sand everywhere. You know, it's all over the city. So just gradually it's been cleaning up all the way through. So, but I love that you fight Sandman, you save Sandman, because Sandman's running from Kraven. That's why he's all aggro. Kraven's hunting down villains. Kraven hunts down Scorpion, kills Scorpion with his own tail. Vicious. He kills Vulture off screen. He hunts down Martin Lee. Martin Lee fights Miles. Martin Lee killed Miles' dad. Miles is still Spider-Man. Beats his ass, but also saves his life. Sets him free. Goes, go when you get out of here. Go tell the other Spider-Man. Martin Lee does. Tells Peter. Peter goes and gets Miles. He fights You fight Kraven for the first time. Then you fight. Miles fights Pete in the black suit, which is almost fighting Venom, but not really. You know, so like you're fighting Spider-Man as Spider-Man. It's crazy. But fighting just Kraven, I died a few times. He's a badass. You know, like just how he fights. You know, he's just so much bigger. He's got the spear. Oh, and it's funny because I don't remember the parry. There's like a parry button in this game, and I used to always just be dodge. So I'm like so used to just dodging as like in the other games, but there's almost sometimes they're like making you parry or you're going to die or you're not going to be able to defeat the villain. So I'm trying to get better at that, but overall, man, this game is so good. The mission with Black Cat, there's a wand of Watum, you're portaling through time. She portals into the Eiffel Tower. She's got a girlfriend that she's got to go save. So like, you know, everyone wanted Black Cat to be involved and wanted Peter to be with her in the black suit. I still want that, but I'm happy for Felicia. She's got a girlfriend. She's in Paris. She's safe. So Black Cat's safe. Vulture's dead. Scorpion's dead. Both from last game. We haven't seen Doc Ock again, so maybe he's dead. He had Alzheimer's or brain problems, a tumor in his brain or something from the last game, so maybe he's gone. Or maybe did he die at the end of the last game? I'm not sure. But we know Norman's out there, but he hasn't shown any signs of Green Goblining. So, you know, I don't see Green Goblin coming into the fold, but who else is there? Rhino I haven't seen. I really thought this was going to be like a Sinister Six type of deal again, but we haven't seen that. So, I don't know. Shocker was from the last game. We saw like a cell with Shocker. We saw a cell for like Electro. So like, or did he die in the last game too? I don't quite remember all the details from the last games, but all I know is that this game is having me keep going, but I can't wait. I haven't seen it yet, but apparently Venom is ginormous compared to the two Spider-Men. He is massive, so I can't wait to see full Venom on screen. But I don't know, maybe that will be like the last mission. Venom will rampage the city, you'll have to stop him, and that's the game. I don't know, I feel like I want to play as Venom. Like getting the abilities where you play with Venom abilities is fun, and you were playing in the black suit. But look at this guy with the teeth and the bigness, you know, like that's what you want right there. You want him to go crazy. We know he's going to go crazy in Times Square, so like, I don't know, man. Comment below, what do you think of Spider-Man 2? Have you been playing it? What do you think of Loki Season 2? Episode 4 we'll be talking about. It comes out on Thursday, so we'll talk about it on Friday's podcast. Stay tuned for that. We have more movie reviews coming to the channel. Far From Home, Black Widow, Dark Phoenix, Werewolf by Night in color. I also watched it in the black and white. I like both. We'll talk about that in that video. Also, Shang-Chi. I have a theory for Shang-Chi and what's his future in the MCU, but we'll talk about that in the movie review as well, so stay tuned for that. Next up on my list is Let There Be Carnage and Eternals. I started Eternals last night, fell asleep, so I'll be watching those soon and doing movie reviews for those soon, but we're back into Phase 4 for the Marvel movie rewatch, and I really like Phase 4 more than others, so for me it's a no-brainer. I'm really can't wait for it, so stay tuned for that, y'all, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Be safe, be well, and I'll see you when I see you. Peace.